Okay, let us solve few problems. Question number 1. Compute I raised to 2000 plus I raised to 1999 plus I raised to 201 plus I raised to 82 plus I raised to 47. One by one only we will go. You show me the answer. If more than 50% of the students get the answer correct, we move on to the next question. Okay, the answer for this question, if you just keep simplifying, is minus I. Question number 2. Let me give you a little difficult question. I raised to 1 into I raised to 2 into I raised to 3 into I raised to 4 into I raised to 2020. Question number 3. I raised to minus 5 plus I raised to minus 7 plus, sorry, this I is minus I raised to 7. एक मिनिट परत लिहितो. First I raised to minus 5 minus I raised to minus 7 plus minus I raised to 13 plus I raised to minus 100 plus minus I raised to 94 is equal to question 4. Solve in complex number. One I z square is equal to I. Second, z square is equal to opposite of I. Third, z square is equal to 1/2 minus I times root 2 by 2. Okay. Now you show me the answer.
Sir, for the second one, is it like dot 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 or no dot?
Yes. Of course, dot dot dot.
Okay.
Show me answer of 2 and 3 together. The answer for the second question is minus 1. And answer for third question is minus I. Do you want me to solve any one of them? No. Okay. Solve fourth. Okay. How do we solve the first one quickly? Let us write I in terms of polar form. This is I is 1, 92. Okay. So z square is equal to 1, pi by 2, and therefore z is equal to z1 is equal to 1, now z, say r theta square is equal to 1, pi by 2. That is what we are solving. So magnitude gets multiplied, therefore r square is equal to 1 and argument gets added. 2 theta is equal to pi by 2 plus 2 pi n.
Sir,
Yes.
the same thing can be represented by two vector, I mean the coordinates, right? Polar coordinates.
Yes. Same thing can be represented by polar coordinates. Yes, that is what I am doing.
No, sir, two different. Like over here, it is -1 comma 3 pi by 2 also.
Minus 1 comma. Not understood. What are you trying to say?
Sir, iota is equal to 1 comma pi by 2, which is also equal to -1 comma 3 pi by 2.
Why minus 1?
Sir, because -1 into sine of that is equal to 1.
This is what r is what? R is radical x square plus y square. Can it ever be negative?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
So that is not correct. So r is always going to be positive, and therefore here I am directly writing r is equal to 1 because it is a positive square root of the magnitude. So r is equal to 1, theta is equal to, if n is equal to 0, theta is pi by 4, and if n is equal to 1, theta is going to be equal to, if n is equal to 1, theta is going to be pi plus pi by 4. Right, do you understand this? This is very quick. So
Yes, sir.
5 pi by 4. So what are the solutions for the first problem? First problem, the solution set is 1 comma pi by 4 and 1 comma 5 pi by 4. As simple as that. Okay. Second, similar,
Sir,
except
you can just say that they're conjugate.
they are conjugates. Yes, yes, that is correct. I mean, there are many different ways of looking at them.
Sir, not these two, like between minus and I.
Yes, I mean, the roots of this are going to be conjugates of this. That is what you want to say?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but still, let me emphasize on what we are doing. This is r square comma 2 theta is equal to minus I is 3 pi by 4. 1 comma 3 pi by 4 plus 2 pi n. Therefore, r is equal to again 1.
So 3 pi by 2, na?
Sorry, 2. So r is equal to again 1 and theta 1 is equal to 3 pi by 4 when n is equal to 0, and theta 2 is equal to pi plus 3 pi by 4. So it is 7 pi by 4. Okay? So those are the two answers for first two problems. Now let us solve the third one. What is the quickest method of solving the third? Can we find out the magnitude r of this RHS? Can we express this in terms of r theta? Magnitude is going to be radical 1 by 4 plus 2 by 4. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
This is your radical, this is your r, and theta will be root tan, let us call it as tan inverse for a moment, even if we have not learned this. It is tan inverse of minus 2 upon 2 upon 1 upon 2. So it is half cancel, so minus root 2. Tan inverse of minus root 2. That is your argument. Yes or no? So tan inverse of minus root 2 is how much is the angle? Can we figure out? Is it a friendly angle?
No, sir.
On 1, it is not good angle. So it will have a very bad solution. And maybe in that case, x plus iy would be better. What is better? X plus iy bracket square is equal to half minus 1 upon root 2 times I. So what is the real part now? X square minus, what is the real part of this complex number? X square
minus y.
Minus y square.
Minus y square.
This is the real part, which will be equal to 1/2. And what is imaginary part? 2xy going to be equal to minus 1 upon
Minus 1 by
root 2. So you are supposed to solve this simultaneously. This is our theory of equations. We have got into real numbers now, and once you solve these two, you will get value of x and value of y. So how do we solve them? Can you tell me the procedure? Xy is no. So let us simplify this first. Xy is equal to minus root 2. Product of the roots is minus root 2. And difference of squares is half. Yes. Any method of doing it? No. No quick method.
Sir, we can use that x.
We can use what?
Sir, it is half and 1 by root 2.
Oh, sir, minus 1 by 2 root.
Minus 1 by 2 root.
Sorry.
Yes.
Yes, sorry. This is not correct, no? This 2 comes this side, okay. Minus 1 upon 2 root 2. Xy is minus 1 upon 2 root 2. And x square minus y square is half. So how do we solve it?
Sir, I got the
Square
solution.
Sir,
the
that x square
so
minus
x
y
square minus
whole
y square whole square plus
Yes, sir.
2xy whole square is x square plus y square whole square. Then simultaneous in x square and y square.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Can you
So,
get
So this is 1 by 4 plus, now 2xy was minus 1 upon root 2. Its square is 1 by 2 is equal to x square plus y square bracket square, which implies it is 3 by 4, right? So x square plus y square is equal to plus or minus 3 by 4, root 3 by 2. Which one will we take now? It is not
Plus
Huh?
root 3 by 2.
plus कैसे?
Yes, sir.
Can you locate this complex number?
Sir, x and y are both
Real number.
real numbers, so it has the sum of squares should be positive.
Yes, that is valid reason.
Yes.
It is root 3 by 2. Okay, so now x square plus y square is root 3 by 2. X square minus y square is equal to half. Therefore, 2x square is equal to root 3 plus 1 by 2. And therefore, x square is equal to root 3 plus 1 by 4, and therefore x is equal to, again question, plus or minus radical 3 plus 1 by 2. Okay, so let me get y square also, and then we will go back and find out who is positive, who is negative. Y square is equal to this minus this, so root 3 minus 1 upon 4, no? Yes, 4. Here also y square, excuse me, y is equal to plus or minus radical 3 plus 1 whole divided by 2. Now you have to tell us what is, are there 4 answers or 2 answers? There has,
Two answers.
Sir, two
because
answer.
we
One.
are just solving
Uh,
quadratic equation. Okay, so who will help you now?
uh,
Out which one to choose?
Sir, the product is negative. If
yes, sir.
XY, that's
Negative.
why
So
we'll have to
one
take
positive,
positive and
other is
negative.
negative.
Okay, so product is negative, therefore you have to have opposite parities of both, right?
तर तुम्ही वायला √3 + 1 दिले -1
व्हायला काय? Ah, sorry.
√3 - 1.
Yes, mistake. This should be, अरे this should,
Sir, there's a easier method.
easier method, yes.
Sir, instead of doing all this, we can approach it by the radical axis way.
Ready?
Above, so we know that tan theta is equal to √2.
Yes.
So we can find sin theta and cos theta, which turn out to be 1 by √3 and √2 by √3.
Okay.
And then we can just simply
Just a moment. We will finish this and then we will write down your solution. Okay. Now the question is, we need to select opposite parities. So we have a choice of selecting x positive and y negative, and x positive, x negative and y positive. Will both the answers will be the roots of this?
Yes.
So,
Solution set in this case, let me write down the final solution set. Solution set is root of √3 + 1 upon 2. So I'm taking plus, so I should take minus I times √3 - 1 upon 2. This is first solution. And second solution, minus of root of √3 + 1 upon 2 plus I times root of √3 - 1 upon 2. This is what is the solution set. Okay. Do you all agree with this? Good.
Yes.
So now, yes, Chinmay, what is the easier method that you are saying? Bolo.
तर आपण
Yes,
त्यांना
sir.
टर्म मध्ये लिहू शकतो ना.
Sir, so you can draw a triangle just for the sake of tan theta is equal to √2.
Yes. Tan theta is equal to √2. √2 is greater than 1. So this is theta.
Yes, sir. And
So this is 1. And
yes, sir. So by Pythagoras theorem, we get √3.
√3.
So we get sin theta as √2 upon √3 or
Sir,
minus
it
√2
is
upon
tan inverse of
√2.
negative √2. So sine will be negative or cos will be negative.
Okay, numerically
It's a pair.
this is numerically correct, but your argument is negative here. Huh? That you have to keep it in mind. Tan angle is going to be obtuse, right? Angle is going to be, theta is going to be obtuse. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that is what actually I was trying to show you here. What you are doing is correct in my, but again, if you purely do it trigonometric way, we might get confused which sign we have to choose. Now, what you can do is, whatever is the magnitude of this complex number, which we, I think, have found out, magnitude was how much? Magnitude was
√3 by 2.
√3 by 2. Suppose magnitude is √3 by 2. So I have drawn a circle with radius √3 by 2. Suppose radius of this circle is √3 by 2. Then this is plus half. So x coordinate is plus half somewhere here. √3 by 2. 4 by 2 was 2. 1/2. It is going to be very near to y-axis. This is half, and then 1 upon √2 minus 1 upon √2, y coordinate, right? So minus 1 upon √2 is going to be
Sir, approx minus 0.7.
Here,
Yes, sir.
this is what is going to be your y coordinate. This is your x coordinate. So now, if you write down it in terms of sine theta cos theta business, then your cos angle is going to be positive and sine angle is going to be, sine theta will be negative. So sine theta is negative. So Chinmay, you have to give minus sign here. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Cos theta is going to be equal to 1 upon root 3. Okay, so now how will you proceed beyond this?
Then there's one more angle by adding pi.
One more angle by adding
Yeah, if we add pi, then the tan theta will remain the same. They will just exchange signs.
yes,
And then we can multiply this by r. And then we get the answer which we were trying to find out the other way.
correct. So this is sine theta.
Sir, but don't we need to make the angle half?
Don't we need to make the angle half? Yes, we need to make the angle half and then add pi to that. Chinmay, this is theta, which is original angle, right? Original angle. You need to take care of theta by 2. So you might as well bisect this and find out this upon this, and it will involve exactly same number of calculations. Now if you are doing it for theta, then it is not correct. The answers will not match. It has to be done for theta by 2 and the second argument will be theta by 2 plus 5.
Sir, but why are we doing it for x square? Like
Why are we doing for x square? We are not doing.
I don't think we need to find the half.
Are you are taking square root now, Baba? Your given z is r comma theta bracket square.
2 times theta is equal to theta. So
No. You are trying to find out, say, another angle. Okay, let me write it down in different words. Now you are trying to find out magnitude of a complex number and argument of a complex number such that square of it is equal to root.
No, sir. I'm saying we just stop after finding the like the number, and then proceed the other way.
But then this is
We
not
still
required.
didn't find x and y over here. Like by this method, we can easily get that like we can easily get 1 by 2 and minus 1 by root 2, and then we can divide it by the other method if you want it that way.
Okay. I mean, it is one and the same. I mean, it is exactly same number of operations. What we are trying to say is, if at all we want to solve it using r theta, then you have to bisect this angle, get this distance, then write down what is theta by sine theta by 2, what is cos theta by 2, and that will give you your first complex number. And then if you add pi to this theta by 2 will give you the argument of the second complex number and magnitude of the complex number. Anyway, you can directly find out, which we have done. Okay, so that is. Have you all understood this discussion? अरे हो की नाही?
हो सर.
काय चाललंय ते
Sir.
समजलं का?
हो सर.
Yes, sir.
हो सर.
If any complex number is given and if you are asked to find out nth root, procedure is more or less going to remain same. Now, if that given complex number gives you very good conversion in r theta, then the designed problem is good. If that is not giving you good conversion in r theta, then it is anyway algebraically going to be a long problem. Either you solve it using x plus iy and arrive at the final answer, or you solve it using r theta and arrive at answer. The time required and the number of operations are going to be more or less same. Therefore, normally whenever you are asked to find out the nth root of a complex number, the angles are good. That kind of complex number is given to you, so that the angles are good. ठीक. Shall we move on to the next problem?
सर
Yes.
आपलं जे आन्सर आलंय त्याला आपण ओमेगाच्या टर्म्स मध्ये रिप्रेझेंट करू शकतो.
नाही ना, ते ओमेगा नाहीये ना. हा ह्याच्या आसपास ओमेगा नाहीये.
सर √3+1
नाही, मग ते एवढं जबरदस्ती करून ओमेगा आत आणायची गरज नाहीये, कारण इट इज नॉट इझी रिप्रेझेंटेशन ऑफ ओमेगा. आणि ओमेगा पहिला -½ असतो, तो तिथे नाहीये. ओके, चलो. So let me give you another problem. What is problem number now? 5. Problem number 5. Solve. I plus 1 plus 2I z plus 1 is equal to 0. Now it is straightforward quadratic equation in Z. Therefore, we can apply quadratic formula. Z is equal to minus b minus 1 minus 2I plus or minus under root minus b square 1 plus 2I bracket square minus 4 into I into 1, that is good, divided by 2I. Okay, now the thing which remains is just a simplification. Therefore, minus 1 minus 2I plus or minus under root, what happens inside? 1 minus 4 plus 4I minus 4I upon 2I, which is equal to 1 minus 2I plus or minus radical
minus 1.
Sir, -1.
where minus 1?
तुम्ही 1
Sir,
plus
minus
1 minus 2
1 minus
minus
2i.
2i.
Yes, minus 1 minus 2I, correct. So this is radical minus
minus 3.
3, so
I root
I root 3.
3I upon 2I, which makes it now we want to get rid of this I from this place. So if it is -1, then it is I square. So we have I gets cancelled, so -2 plus or minus √3 upon 2. This is sufficient. So it is equal to √3 minus 2 plus I upon 2 or minus √3 minus 2 plus I upon 2. Easy? Question number 6.
So
Yes.
it is easier if we multiply the whole equation by I cube.
Oh, that is good idea. Let us.
So I directly got the answer. Like in the
What do we do?
discriminant, I got 3
What should we do here?
multiplied by I cube.
I cube.
Yes, sir. Because I raised to 4 is 1.
I cube. So okay. So z square plus I cube plus 2 times z plus I cube. That is what you are doing.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So okay, that is not bad idea because you get the leading coefficient equal to 1. Therefore, denominator is automatically cleared as far as imaginary quantity is concerned. We multiplied actually by minus I both sides here, and he is multiplying by I cube, which is one and the same. Okay, so Z is equal to minus I cube minus 2 plus minus under root I cube plus 2 bracket square minus 4I cube upon 2. This way he will arrive at this place directly. Very good.
So, the discriminant is directly equal to 3.
Discriminant is directly equal to
3.
3.
Just a bit of simplification.
Okay.
Because from the bracket square we'll get minus 4i
Yes, we can see that.
and then plus 4i.
Yes, because this 2 is present here, this minus 2 is present here. Okay, so minus I cube is plus I, so this is present here. Therefore, this fellow must be root 3. Correct? Good. Question number 6. Okay, now using his trick, now solve this. 1 plus I Z square plus 2 plus 11I is equal to 0. This is easy. Will we solve? Okay, let us solve. One way to solve is to find out the complex number in RHS and take a square root of that. That is one way of doing it. And second way of doing it is just solve it as a quadratic equation. Maybe I will try that way. Z is equal to minus B, so there is no B, plus minus under root B square, so 0, minus 4 into 1 plus I into 2 plus 11I upon 2 into 1 plus I, which is equal to plus or minus. What happens inside radical? Minus 4 into 2 minus 11, 2 आणि 11 plus 13I upon 2 inside bracket 1 plus I. Okay, we can bring this 4 out and cancel this 2, which is equal to plus or minus in the denominator 1 plus I. That 4 gets out. Inside radical what we have is 9 minus 39, right? So it is a question of finding out square root of 9 minus 13I divided by this. Maybe you can leave the answer at this stage also, it is correct, but the next problem which we can solve is say alpha square is equal to 9 minus 13I. What is alpha?
सर ते तसं केलं तर खूप घाण येतं म्हणजे रूट ऑफ 5 म्हणजे 5 रूट 10 प्लस और मायनस 9/2 असे अल्फा आणि बीटा दोन येतात.
Okay. Yes, I think that is how it has to be done. There is no trick, there is no shortcut, nor the answer is going to be very good. It is just the labor work that you are supposed to perform. If you want the answer radical free, you might as well find out two roots of this, square root of this. Anyway, we have plus minus outside. So you will get, yes. Bolo, bolo.
Sir, we can multiply by 1 minus. We can multiply by 1 minus I.
हा सर, तसं केलं तर झेड स्क्वेअर इज इक्वल टू 9/2 मायनस 13i/2 असं येते आणि एकदम सोपं सिम्प्लिफाईड येते ते.
Now also we can
Sir,
multiply. This is
सर ह्याला नाही, इक्वेशनलाच मल्टिप्लाय करायचं.
चालेल ना.
Equation, quadratic equation.
अरे चालेल, कुठेही केलं तरी चालणार. शेवटी तुम्हाला मोर ऑर लेस तेवढीच कॅल्क्युलेशन्स करायला लागणार आहेत.
नाही सर, त्यानं सोपं येतं म्हणजे झेड स्क्वेअर इज इक्वल टू 9/2 मायनस 13i/2 असं इक्वेशन येतं.
Oh, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, you get this from here directly.
हो सर.
Yeah, so it is as good as solving this with denominator 2. Yes or no?
Yes.
तर पण ह्याच्यामध्ये अल्फा होता आणि त्याच्यामध्ये डायरेक्ट झेडच येतो.
चालेल चालेल, बरोबर आहे. So you have some advantage here which you can. So for the reference, can you tell, Prajwal, can you tell me the final answers?
So it will be minus 9/2, right?
Here?
Yes,
Yes,
I
sir.
don't know. I have not calculated this. Those guys are saying me this in RHS.
we multiply by 1 minus I, so the means minus
that-
13 plus 13 and that goes to RHS, that 9/2 plus minus 13.
Yes, sir.
You can cross check. I mean, that is not. You tell me the two answers so that somebody can do them. Prajwal, सांग उत्तर.
ह्याची नाही काढली, 2 मिनिटं काढतो.
कोणी काढलेत का फायनल आन्सर सांगा मला.
Sir, I have, but for mine I get minus 9/2. I checked also.
Here you get minus.
Yes, sir.
Let us do it. Multiply both sides. Multiply the entire equation by 1 minus I. That makes this 2 z square plus 2 plus 11i into 1 minus I. I think we have done this, na? 2 plus 11i into 1 minus I. Okay, 2 plus 11. So real is 2 plus 11, then plus I times 11 minus 2, that is 9. Okay, so this is 13 plus 9i. So 2z square plus 13 plus 9i is equal to 0.
Yes, sir. Same thing.
So, sir,
Okay.
minus होईल.
So z square is equal to, therefore this implies z square is equal to काय मध्ये येते minus 13 minus 9i upon 2.
हो सर हेच होतं.
Yes, sir.
This is different than this.
हो सर, म्हणजे मी चुकून ते म्हणजे तिकडं जे आपण डिस्क्रिमिनंट मध्ये घेतलं होतं तेच कॅल्क्युलेट केलं, पण असं हेच येतं.
Okay, so this is the correct final answer. This is correct final representation of a given problem and we need to solve it. Can somebody tell me final correct answers from here?
Sir, in x comma y form, it is, so x will be
Is equal to
root of
X is root of
5 root 10 minus 13,
minus 13 by 2.
and by 2 is not in the root.
by 2
And y is minus
5 root 10 plus 13
plus 13
minus outside
minus,
here.
no sir, yes sir, for y minus outside 5 root 10 plus 13 by 2,
This is
and the other root is the negative of that.
Yes. So plus and minus of both.
okay. Minus plus or plus minus. These are the two roots. Okay, good. Let us move right down 7th problem. Okay, few students might require to copy this. So I am reducing it and keeping it on the board. Simultaneously, I am writing 7th problem. I have written there. Sin x plus sin y plus sin z is equal to 0. Cos x plus cos y plus cos z is equal to 0. Find 1 sin x plus y plus sin y plus z plus sin z plus x is equal to 2 cos x plus y plus cos y plus z plus cos z plus x. Three sin 2x plus sin 2y plus sin 2z is equal to, and 4 cos 2x plus cos 2y plus cos 2z. Okay, now there is already a hint in this problem that I am asking you this problem not in trigonometry but in complex number. Therefore, that is more than sufficient hint for solving this problem. Solve it. I will pause this video. Okay. So the hint is, consider Z1 cos x plus I sin x, Z2 cos y plus I sin y, Z3 cos z plus I sin z. Okay. So with the given condition, we come to this condition: Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3 is 0. That is one important information that we have. And this is not trigonometry problem, this is complex number problem. Therefore, now what we are supposed to find out: 1 and 2, if we combine, we should find out 2 plus I times 1. And if we combine 3 and 4, we should find out 4 plus I times 3. Another important thing that is to be noted is magnitude of Z1, Z2, Z3 is 1, because it is cos x plus I sin x. So cos square theta, cos square x plus I sin square x is 1. So all the three complex numbers that we have considered have magnitude 1, which is very, very important information that we have. So using this, we should be able to solve this problem. Okay. So let us discuss. Now, if Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3 is 0, one very important step here is taking conjugates of both sides. So Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3 conjugate is going to be equal to 0 conjugate, because if this is a complex number which is equal to 0 complex number, conjugates of both sides are always going to be equal. Suppose alpha is a complex number which is equal to beta, then alpha bar is going to be equal to beta bar. Okay, taking conjugates of both sides, we get this. What does this imply? It implies we have proved this: Z1 bar plus Z2 bar plus Z3 bar is also equal to 0. And now where this information is coming into picture, Z1 Z1 bar is equal to 1, Z2 Z2 bar is equal to 1, and Z3 Z3 bar is equal to 1. Therefore, Z1 bar is equal to 1 upon Z1, which is Z1 inverse, plus 1 upon Z2 plus 1 upon Z3 is also equal to 0. What we have used here is this. Understood? So now this is 1 upon z1 plus 1 upon z2 plus 1 upon z3 0. If we simplify this, we get z1 z2 plus z2 z3 plus z3 z1 is equal upon z1 z2 z3. Now denominator is definitely not 0 because they are complex numbers. Okay, so they are not zero complex numbers, they are definitely non-zero complex numbers. So if this quantity is 0, then numerator must be 0. This implies z1 z2 plus z2 z3 plus z3 z1 is equal to 0. Now what is z1 z2? What is z1 into z2? Magnitudes get multiplied, argument gets added. Therefore z1 z2 is equal to cos of x plus y plus I sin x plus y. That is z1 z2, and cyclically you will get all three. Okay, so if z1 z2 plus z2 z3 plus z3 z1 is 0, that means cos x plus y plus cos y plus z plus cos z plus x is 0. Now what I want to write here is, this is what is z1 z2 plus z2 z3 plus z3 z1. Do you understand this? This is this quantity. This is 2 plus I times 1, which is equal to 0. Right? Therefore 2 is equal to 0, and therefore 1 is also equal to 0. Okay, now what is this quantity? This is cos 2x plus I sin 2x plus cos 2y plus I sin 2y. So what do we want to find out of that? 4 plus 3i is cos 2x, 4 plus 3i is equal to cos 2x plus I sin 2x plus same for y and z, which is equal to cos 2x plus I sin 2x is cos x plus I sin x bracket square plus square plus square. Do you understand this? Argument gets added, therefore x plus x becomes 2x. This means it is z1 square plus z2 square plus z3 square, which is sigma s2 is equal to sigma 1 square minus 2 sigma 2. However, sigma 1 is 0, minus 2 times sigma 2 is also 0. Therefore, s2 is 0. Because s2 is 0, these two quantities are also 0 and 0. Have you understood this? Are समझले का? So,
sir.
the symmetry of the given equation leads us to consider them as a complex numbers. In the complex numbers, the magnitude is 1, which gives us z bar is equal to z inverse. That is very important step here. So two very important steps which need to be understood. Number one, I mean, of course, you have to assume them as complex numbers. That is first step. Second step is taking conjugates of both sides. This is very important. Many times while solving problems, you use this step and suddenly problem becomes simple. And the third is from here to here, because this tells you suddenly you get out of conjugate and get into reciprocals, reciprocal. So these are three important steps in solving this problem, and this problem will teach you how to deal with similar problems and how do you keep eye on the moment your magnitude of the complex number is 1, its conjugate is equal to reciprocal, that is available. अरे समजतंय का सगळ्यांना?
तर
हो, सर.
आपण दोघी बाजूंचा कॉन्जुगेट घ्यायच्याऐवजी कॉस एक्स मायनस आयोटा नाही साइन एक्स मायनस आयोटा कॉस एक्स ने पण तेच इक्वेशन परत आणू शकत होतो.
साइन एक्स मायनस काय? हो. आता
समेशन ऑफ साइन एक्स मायनस आयोटा इंटू समेशन ऑफ कॉस एक्स तर तेच येईल ते.
सेमच आहे. No difference. I mean, using this, we can create a couple of more problems also on this. But at the moment, I think we should stop at this point. I will search for a complex number problem set to be given to you. If not tonight, tomorrow morning, I will definitely send it to you. Is there any other doubt, difficulty, question somebody wants to ask before we end the meeting?
Sir,
Yes.
Z1 Z2 plus Z2 Z3 plus Z3 Z1 is equal to 0 च्या नंतरची स्टेप एक्सप्लेन करू शकाल का एकदा?
याच्यानंतर
हो सर.
explain here what is Z1 into Z2. Z1 into Z2 is arguments get added. Argument of Z1 is X, argument of Z2 is Y. They get added and magnitudes get multiplied, but magnitude is 1 of Z1 is 1 as well as Z2 is 1. Therefore, magnitude is not making any difference. Only argument is changing. Therefore, Z1 into Z2 is addition of arguments X plus Y. And suddenly you end up getting this X plus Y over there. Sin X plus Y you end up getting here. So Z1 Z2 sigma 2 Z1 Z2 plus Z2 Z3 plus Z3 Z1 is equal to 0 means 2 plus I times 1 is 0 direct. And when you end up getting 2x, it is actually sin x. This is argument is getting added, therefore the complex number square that you are considering. Here, square of a complex number, index of a complex number goes and sits in front of the angle that you are considering. Actually, this is called De Moivre's in complex number. De Moivre's theorem in complex number is like this: cos of theta plus I sin theta raised to n is equal to cos of n theta plus I sin n theta. Now, I mean, we don't write it as a separate theorem and prove it, but we have proved this last lecture when we learned the multiplication of two complex numbers. This n goes and sits inside here because argument gets added. Theta plus theta plus theta plus theta, how many times? N times. That is why it becomes over here. Now, magnitude fortunately here is 1, but suppose it was 2 cos theta plus 2I sin theta, so magnitude is 2, then you end up getting 2 raised to n outside because magnitude gets multiplied 2 into 2 into 2 n times, so 2 raised to n, and argument gets added, therefore it becomes n theta. Okay, we will use this several times in coming lectures, you will understand it. Okay, any other doubt, difficulty? No? Okay. Yes.
We can solve the problem, this same problem by another method. From the given statements, if we take Z1, Z2, Z3, we know that the magnitudes of Z1, Z2, Z3 are 1.
Yes.
So, and their sum is 0. So, we can assume that if we connect, if we use the method by which we visualize the addition of complex numbers, they will form an equilateral triangle like that.
Correct.
So then we can say that x minus y is equals to y minus z is equals to z minus x is equals to 120 degrees, and from that we can deduce the same result by just moving around the angles of it.
Correct.
Like we can get x plus y, value of x plus y is equals to z, and then we can get the value of 2x and z, and then it's just the same.
Correct. Absolutely correct. No question. But now, I mean, why I am emphasizing on this algebra part is there are a couple of very important tricks that are used in algebra here. You are right, we can solve this problem using geometry also, and we are going to get into geometry and solve this type of problems using geometry. Now we will be good at that also. Okay, chalo, thank you. Stopping this share and ending the meeting.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.